Imagine waking up one morning at 55 years old, walking through your house, and suddenly realizing something strange. The house is big, very big, but your life inside it has become very small. The rooms are quiet, too quiet. The bedrooms that once held your children's laughter now sit perfectly still. The kitchen table has four chairs, but only one person ever sits there. You worked for decades to build this life: a stable job, a comfortable home, a safe routine. Everything people say a successful life should look like. And yet, one evening, while sitting alone in the living room, a simple question appears in your mind. What am I waiting for? Not tomorrow, not someday, not when everything feels perfectly safe. Right now, that question begins to follow you everywhere. While drinking your morning coffee, while driving to work, while walking through rooms filled with things you rarely use anymore. And slowly, you begin to notice something surprising. Most of the things you spent years collecting don't actually make your life feel bigger. They make it feel heavier. One day, out of pure curiosity, you visit an RV dealership. Just to look, nothing serious, just a small adventure on a quiet Saturday morning. And then you step inside a tiny RV, a space smaller than your bedroom, a tiny kitchen, a narrow bed, a window facing an open road. And suddenly, a strange thought appears. What if this is enough? What if freedom doesn't come from having more space, but from carrying less? That single thought begins a journey that will change everything. A journey that will lead to selling a house built over 30 years, packing an entire life into a space the size of a closet, and driving away from the only routine you have ever known. But the real question is not about the RV, and it's not about the house. The real question is something much deeper. What happens when a person who has lived safely for decades finally decides to live freely? Tonight's story is about that moment, the quiet moment when someone realizes life is still waiting, even at 55. And sometimes, the biggest change in life begins with the smallest step: a single cardboard box, a single question, and the courage to finally ask, what am I waiting for?